Like his turban was 2 sizes too small.
Yeah, there were some like questionable stuff.
I walked up here because they said there was a bunch of people telling, oh, you shouldn't go to war, you shouldn't do this. War is also terrorism. I don't see that. You got people in the countries harboring criminals. Now, if somebody killed one of your family members and somebody else hit him from the cops, what would you say? That person's just as guilty as the person that killed him.
I don't know if they've done so much
Declaring war, we can instead say what we're going to do in the future, how we're going to be, and try to be somewhat of peaceful instead of violence.
You think they're gonna arrest people?
No, I don't. But we were just talking about Sidewalker Street.
There's no cops here either, is there?
There will be. They're waiting. They know about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we have the opportunity to take the street because it's more powerful to be on the street. Feel, when you're you feel like times are different, we're together, we're healthy. They don't like arresting a lot of people.
So when do the progressive voices rise up? I mean, we have to start moving pretty quickly, it seems to me. And I think that tonight is the beginning of a peace movement. I mean, it really is. We have to specifically reach out to people around the world to know that precision bombing does not have a history of being very precise. And we may kill as many people in the first few hours of this operation defending our so-called democracy, as died last September 11th.
Stop these people. And the reason they want to stop these people is because they believe that if we don't stop them, they're going to come back for another round.
So I think
the war is really going to stop it. And if not them, then who else? It's like someone else is going to. It's not going to stop terrorism.
I totally understand terrorism as a means to an end for people who feel they don't have any other means to their end. But I mean, on an ethical level, it's completely wrong. And
on an ethical level, it's war, right?
No, it's not. But you know what? It's not right. But at some point, it's just that you have to do. Well, it's going to stop. It's going to. If you have a murderer on the loose, you have to stop them. I mean, if you have terrorists on the loose, you have to do something about them.
Yeah, you have to do something, but there are other things that you can do. For instance,
We're going to put economic sanctions on Afghanistan?
No, I'm not saying put economic sanctions on Afghanistan, but I think the first question is to ask, why do these people do this? Not in such a way as we're going to cave into demands, but to ask yourself, why did they do this? And if they have a reasonable, point, they have a reasonable point of view, or if they have reasonable demands, how about trying to meet the demands before people get killed?
I mean, basically, we're not in Afghanistan. I mean, we gave money to the Mujahideen through the CIA in their fight against the Soviets. And why does he hate the United States? Because the United States is a backer of Israel. Israel has to go away. Okay, this is one of the reasons, right? Are we going to withdraw support from Israel?
Well,
Is that one of the
this whole
demands?
thing is that we went in there and backed these people in the first place. Why do we get involved in the first place? And it's you can't go back and undo things that have been done, but at the same time, I mean, you have to do something as you go ahead that's positive rather than something that's just going to continue the same cycle. Going to war is not going to end terrorism. It's not going to stop those people from doing what they're doing.
It will
it's not going to
stop
flush
those
people
particular
out.
people.
So many of them are in this country
You know
already.
what? It will stop those particular people because there's very little you can do when you're running for your life. There's very little you can do to kill more people when you're running for your own life.
Who's to say where these people are? Most of them are. It seems like most of these people are not even in Afghanistan. What's the point of bombing Afghanistan and sending soldiers?
Who's to say where they are? So we
can't go bomb France.
If that were all of our attitudes, who's to say where they are? If that were all of our attitudes, then we would just wait to find out where they are when they come for us.
Not necessarily wait, but I think it's better to look for those particular people rather than going and bombing innocent people in Afghanistan who just happen to live there.
We do have a professional intelligence service. I mean, she was mentioning COINTEL.
Oh yeah,
COINTEL is outdated.
How
but
professional they are that they allowed something like this to happen. I mean, yeah. Well, whatever. Okay.
You know what? That's so unfair because you never know.
I don't think it's unfair.
Because you never know. Because you never know.
Nothing happened.
Well, apparently they scrambled. This is it's a fact. They did scramble jets.
How long does it take? It takes over a half an hour.
And out of road by road.
You know how close Maryland is to the Pentagon?
No, they scrambled jets out of Maryland and out of a base by Rhode Island.
Yeah, and they still hit the Pentagon. Over half an hour after the second plane hit the second tower.
Yes. I mean, we could second.
The third
I'm
plane.
not going to argue. I'm not going to argue the efficacy
You're saying
of
our intelligence was incredible.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not arguing for I'm pro-intelligence. What she was saying that who's to know? Like, how are we supposed to know? And I'm saying well, that's what we have the CIA for to know. I mean, they might have fucked up, and you might be right. They fucked up.
Let me ask you
But
this.
there's things like that that nobody's asking.
Don't you think it would be more
I
productive?
think everyone's asking that. I think all of us are angry, and all of us want to hold someone accountable, including the CIA. I think all of us do.
Well, it's not. I'm not trying to hold the CIA accountable, but don't you think it would be more
We have to-
productive
we
for them
have to-
to
on some level, we have to.
search for terrorists rather than taking all this like manpower, all these people, all this money, going over to Afghanistan and bombing people that didn't do anything? I mean, suppose If,
you're making assumptions.
if
You're
we
really
can't-
making
well, if
assumptions
we
about what's
can't-
going to happen. That they're not going to
you're
go after.
making
That
assumptions
they're
about
not
what's
going to
going
go
to
after
happen
the
too.
right
Do you
people.
think that they're doing this is going to like stop what's happening? That's an assumption that you're making. I don't think that. I mean,
No,
I totally disagree.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
afraid for
neither
the
one of us
future. I
know
really
what's
am.
gonna happen.
I'm really afraid for the future. Survive round one.
Right.
Hopefully we'll all survive round two. Hopefully. But at the same point, I mean, they feel that they have credible evidence right now that these are the people who did this are the same people who did it 8 years ago.
All right. Okay, we're getting into a semantic debate because I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to say like whether or not I know who did it or not. All I know is that the idea of going to war against a country like Afghanistan is not going to solve it.
No, you know what? I don't think anything is going to be solved other than putting people on the run who would otherwise be going after us in round. It's not even round two. I mean, in terms of what I said before, we were lucky we survived round one. Hopefully we'll survive round two. That's not true. This is like round four. The Clinton administration tried to go after this guy before for what he did with respect to the coal and what he would do with respect with the African U.S. embassies in Kenya.
What did we do? What did we do then? We bombed a Sudanese pharmaceutical factory that killed more people than the attacks on the World Trade Center did.
It was bad policy. It was actually an absolutely horrendous way to answer the problem, and the problem has never been answered. And this particular group has come after us now multiple times. And the only way we're going to do it right is if we go after them and find them, not if we try to bomb them remotely.
What does that mean?
It means ground troops. That's what it means.
Okay,
And
that means sending
war.
American
That's a war.
troops into a
Yes.
country, 80% of which is covered by landmines. You're talking about sending American troops into
I
a
know.
landmine.
It's horrific. It's
And
horrible.
to wipe out entire villages to try to flush out.
I'm not criticizing the girl. I'm asking her. She has a sign that says declare peace, and I'm saying, it might be a rhetorical device to get us to question, and I respect that. But at the same time, I mean, the people who have perpetrated this on us they're not professing peace on any level. We can declare peace on them, but that means they're just going to come back for another round.
Let's send a message to the Afghani people who are now in peril from this place. Let's send out a message that will go around the world. Let's say to them what our friends and loved ones have been saying to us. Let me lead you in a simple chant. We are safe. We hope you're safe. We love you. Now when we get up to Times Square and we join the Muslim March, our Muslim brothers and sisters will join us up at Times Square. We'll do this chant again, and we'll do it in the language that is the perfect language for our listeners. But let's do it now, okay? You ready? Can you say I love you again? All right. Here we go. We are safe. We hope you're safe. We love you. We are safe. We hope you're safe. We love you. We are safe. We hope you're safe. We love you. We are safe. We hope you're safe. We love you. We love you. We are safe. We hope you're safe.
Do we have a liaison person or?
I really believe that we have to do something here, and if we don't do anything, it's an insult to the 6,000 people downtown that were killed in this massacre. And if we stand by and do nothing, it's a disgrace. It's a pure disgrace. I mean, there are different ways that we can do this. I mean, but I believe military force is part of the answer. And maybe it involves special forces instead of indiscriminate bombing. I don't want to see innocent people dying, but I believe to be an appeaser and to sit there and do nothing is more than a disgrace. It's a moral atrocity.
Yeah, complicated about this walk because at different points in the walk there were things being chanted that I didn't necessarily ascribe to, and yet there are things that I would like to see said.
That's right, brother. Let's not make it dirty. Let's not dirty it with innocent people's blood. Let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak. Speak. Let him speak. Let him speak.
So for about maybe 6,000 people that lost their lives.
Thank you very much.
It's not a question of civil rights.
Much.
And those are my friends. They were my friends too.
I brought it to you.